What's up, YouTube? This is Justin from Reflex Ministries. Today I just want to talk to you guys about a topic that we're getting from Isaiah chapter 55, and it comes from verse 8. It says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. As the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts and my ways higher than your ways." And we just want to expound upon that through this video today. And I just want to talk to you guys about submitting to God's authority and placing your trust and being willing to surrender your life to Him for His plan and His purpose. So that's what this video is going to be focusing on today. So to start out this, I want to talk about the first part of that verse that we read, and it says that God is talking and He says, "My ways are not your ways, and my thoughts are not your thoughts." And just upon thinking about that, a lot of times we get caught up in what we want to do with our lives, what our plan is for our lives, and we get caught up in trying to live our lives on our own, whether we're Christians or not. And that verse just talks about how God's ways are so much better than ours, and a lot of times we try to neglect that, and we just try to live our lives according to our own plan because we don't want to have to submit to the authority that God claims by making that statement. And I just want to encourage you guys, whether you are a Christian or not, is just to realize that the plans that we make up for ourselves in our own lives are so much less than the plan that God has for us. And I remember before I became a Christian, it was hard for me, struggling with that concept of, giving my life up to God, because I wouldn't know, I wouldn't necessarily get to do all the stuff that I would want to do, and I would have to be submitting to His ways that He would have planned for my life. And that was something that was hard for me to do, and I'm sure it's something that a lot of you guys struggle with as well. But once I finally did submit to God's plan, and life is just so much better, and you can finally realize the purpose that He has for you in your life. And just living life according to God's plan is so much greater than any plan we could come up with for ourselves, because God is basically the one that wrote the rule book on life, and living life without Him is like living your life without any rules. And if you have those rules that God has placed for you to live upon, then it's so much better. Okay, so the next point I want to make involves an analogy. Say you are playing a sport, but you don't know any of the rules. How well do you think that's going to go? Well, I can tell you, and it's not going to go well at all for you. And living life without God is pretty much the same thing as playing a sport without any rules, or without knowing the rules. And it can be really difficult, and it doesn't even make a lot of sense if you try to live life without knowing the rules that have been established in life. And since God is the one that established those, why would we not be willing to look to Him for understanding and finding our purpose in life? Because it's really just kind of dumb when you think about it. It really is like playing a sport without knowing the rules. You have no idea what's going on, and you really don't know the best way to play or the best way to live your life unless you know and submit to the person that created this game of life that we have. So I just want to encourage you guys to think about placing your trust and look into God for finding understanding and wisdom in your life, and just living by His rules that He's established. And it's easy to get caught up in the sin that surrounds us in this world, but God has higher ways, and He has better plans for us. So I just want to encourage you guys to be willing to look to God for finding the plan that He has for your life, and just acknowledging the authority that He has over us. So in conclusion, the point that we are trying to make throughout this entire video is that we want you guys to make that decision to surrender your life to God and to look to His authority when making decisions in life. Because living life to God's plan is so much greater and so much better than we can ever do it on our own. And His purpose and His plan for our lives is so much better than anything we could come with by our own knowledge and understanding. So I just want to encourage you guys to continue to follow us on YouTube, and to like us on Facebook at Reflex Ministries. And we also have a Twitter account. It's at Reflex Ministry, so there's no IES at the end of that. And yeah, so just be looking forward to us coming up with new videos very soon. See you guys. Have a Merry Christmas.